Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about how to choose an attorney. And before we get started, you guys, I seriously want to ask you about advertising, because we see them all the time, and it's more specifically, I think, television.
Right.
And what's the best way to handle that, you guys?
Well, with TV ads, we've got to remember, they got to pay for those things. The lawyers pay all that money for those ads, spend a lot of money doing so they have to generate income. And when they're generating income, the last thing they're doing is worrying about what's best for you.
Exactly.
So they're worried about getting that case signed up and settled for pennies on the dollar and moving on to the next case.
Okay.
So then your case is gone, just another number to them, and you've not been provided good legal services.
Okay, and BJ, you mentioned the State Bar earlier, so can we go on the website, you guys, and research people on the State Bar website as well? Is that probably one of the best ways?
They have some information about each attorney that's admitted to practice in Georgia, but one of the best ways to, I would think, to find a lawyer is to ask people you trust.
Absolutely.
Most of us haven't dealt with lawyers before, so you don't know who to hire, so just ask somebody you trust and have them give you a name or two, and then ask around, because usually if a lawyer has a solid reputation, you'll learn of it pretty quickly.
And you know, I'd also suggest going and meeting them in person. It's something that we've been talking about here with the people who have attorneys and are having a hard time with them. They need to go sit down and talk with them. I mean, if you see somebody on TV or you look at their website and you know you like what you see there, go sit down with them at their office. I mean, those types of, all the, you know, and if you can't meet with the person who's doing the advertising on TV, that's probably a red flag right there. I mean, you ought to be able to walk in and ask the person who's, you know, selling the advertising.
Or if you can't tell where their office even is.
Well, I know you guys talk about consultation, free consultation all the time, so, you know, maybe sometimes that is the best way to look at 3 or 4 different people before you feel comfortable.
You're hiring them.
Yeah.
And they want the business just as much as you want to give it to somebody, and so they should take the time. And that's the important thing. You're hiring somebody. You don't want to rush. It's your case. It's your one case, hopefully, and you want somebody to handle it right.
And you want to make sure that's what they do. I mean, a lot of times, you know, you just see people kind of are jacks of all trades. And when you get into certain, I mean, if you have extreme injuries, and which is what we do for a living, you need someone who handles that only. You don't need somebody who does other types of legal work as well. You need, I mean, things are going to get missed. Okay.
All right. Our next.
Opinions expressed on Law Call are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of 13 WMAZ staff or management, nor any legal or judicial entity. The legal information supplied in this broadcast is general information only and is not intended to be legal advice for any given situation. Do not rely on broadcast information without consulting an attorney. Contingent attorney's fees refers only to those fees charged by the attorneys for legal services. Such fees are not permitted in all types of cases. Court costs and other additional expenses of legal action usually must be paid by the client.